Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life, baby. Happy Monday. Okay, so normally on Mondays, we do a quickie episode, but today I'm actually bringing you a replay from an Instagram live that I did about a month ago. Okay, this was such a juicy live about something I call the reinvention cycle, where we get caught up in starting over because we're we're not seeing things through to completion, and we're not being courageous enough to let things go that we know aren't serving us anymore. This is such a juicy live, and I'm super excited to bring it to you on the podcast. And I was like, you know what? We didn't get a Wednesday episode up last week, so let's do 2 longer episodes this week for my girls so we get some good manifestation and mindset work in as we are going into freaking July. Can you believe it? Holy shit. June, I have lived lifetimes. Like, we need like a life recap episode so I can tell you all about June. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. But I'm super excited to bring you this live so you guys can listen to this on a hot girl walk, a nice treadmill session, hit a little Stairmaster while you listen to the longer episode. But before I usher you on over to this Instagram live replay, I have a really exciting announcement, okay? Tomorrow, July 1st. And if you're listening to this and it's like Friday, that's fine. You can still join us. But on July 1st, I am kicking off a full month challenge called R Squared, the Relentless Revolution. This is a 4-week execution challenge, a 4-week course with me designed for my high achievers, designed for my high performing ladies who are done playing small. You are done being the invisible quitter, and you are done feeling like you're underperforming, okay? What's the invisible quitter? The invisible quitter is somebody who looks like they have their shit together on the outside, but like behind closed doors, you drop the ball, you're not following through with the things you say you're going to do, and you know you've got more to give, you just haven't been giving it, okay? R Squared, the Relentless Revolution, is going to be a $33 challenge. Yes, $33. There are already almost 100 women in this challenge. It is going to be insane. You get live calls with me every single week. We're going to be committing to taking 5 action steps every single day of the month. There's going to be prizes for executing every single day. There's going to be prizes for showing up. We have a Facebook community to keep you in it, keep you motivated, accountable, excited, and there's going to be just so many juicy things. We're going to be talking about discipline. We're going to be rewriting your identity and really stepping into your most relentless self for an entire month. July is when people are comfy, they're hanging out on the boat, they're not executing, they're waiting until September to re-get their shit together. And this is your separation season to become a version of yourself that you are so proud to be of, and let go of the old version of you who says she's going to do things and then doesn't always follow through. This is going to be truly a masterpiece. I'm so excited. It's only $33 to join, like I said. The link is going to be in the show notes. If you can't access that for whatever reason, shoot me a DM over on Instagram and I can send you the link in there. And when you get in, we are going to fucking party. The goals that we are going to achieve in July are going to be next level. I'm so excited to welcome you in. And without further ado, I'm going to usher you on over to this juicy episode about the reinvention cycle. Today's live is a wake-up call for a spring cleaning for your mind, okay? I want to talk about some things that I've been thinking about lately when it comes to your mindset, your results, your manifestation, and the ways that you're changing in your life, and where you are getting caught in these manifestation circles. You're just stuck in this loophole, essentially. What's going on is that there's not a full reinvention happening. And we need to talk about this. What we need to realize is that if you want this massive up level in your life, you want these big manifestations larger than life, you want a huge transformation, you have to step into a brand new, larger than life version of yourself. Which means confronting a lot of things that you don't want to confront most of the time. It means saying the things that you might be afraid to say. And it means just confronting where you've been holding back. Hi. All my favorite humans are on here. This is amazing. One of the things that, and Alex is here, keep them coming. One of the things that I have been thinking about that does not resonate with me, and this is okay if it resonates with you, but it does not resonate with me, is this soft girl era. I was thinking about this in the car today while I was charging my Tesla. I was thinking, fuck a soft girl era. Like, where are the crazy girls? Fuck a soft girl era. I'm in a crazy bitch era. I'm in a batshit crazy era. What I'm actually calling this phase of my life, fun fact, I have it written on my whiteboard, is my assassin era. Fuck a soft girl era. I'm sorry. I don't want to bake sourdough. I want to fucking cut someone's head off and go buy a new car. Like, that's the type of shit I'm on. It's not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. But if you want this big next level quantum leap, that means you have to confront things within you that no longer resonate. Now, I'm not saying if you want to go buy a new car and want to have a huge up level in your life that you need to say, fuck a soft girl era, I need to go chop someone's fucking head off. Like, everyone joining now is probably like, what the fuck? Hi, Sammy. Oh my gosh. I'm not saying that if you want to up level your life, you need to never bake bread again and like go stab someone in a parking lot. That's not where we're going with this. But what I'm saying is that you need to actually complete your transformation cycles. When you want to step into your next level, that means you need to confront everything that is no longer a vibe in your life. What are the things that you have been doing in your life and in your business and in your friendships and in your relationship and with your relationship with yourself that no longer align? What are the things you've been thinking about? What are the things you've even talked about that no longer match? That don't match this version of you, and they sure as fuck don't match the next version. I was thinking about this with the soft girl era stuff. That's just not my vibe. I'm not a soft girly, okay? I'm gonna punch you in the face, I tackle you, I don't know. Like, I want what I want and I'm gonna go get it. I'm an aggressive girly. I'm an assassin, okay? Assassin era. So when you can have these conversations with yourself saying, this is what I've been thinking about, this is what the internet's telling me to do, these are the conversations I've been having, but actually that's not me. When you can admit that, congratulations, step one. Step two is you actually have to go live that out. This is where you end up stuck in these reinvention cycles where you feel like you're always fucking starting over. Have you guys felt like that before? I know I have. Where I've been in the midst of these up levels and it feels like every day I have to rewrite a new identity. I have to do another thing. I have to eliminate something else from my life to be a new version of myself. And it's like, oh my God, I'm starting over and I'm starting over and I'm tired of starting over. And now I need to plan my next start over. And we never get anywhere. You get stuck in these reinvention cycles. It's because you're not completing the one that's in front of you. Me with all of my moves, literal physical moves. It's because we aren't completing the reinvention cycle. You see where, okay, I'm not there yet. I'm not at the manifestation yet. Okay, these are the things no longer resonate with me anymore. And then it stops. You have the awareness, you do the journaling, you do the rituals, you do the cord cutting, and you're in a really good place, but you don't finish the cycle. And then you're like, Michaela, I'm tired and it's not working. And I'm like, well, did you finish the cycle? We've got to finish the cycle. And that means living out the truth of the current version of you and living out the truth of the next level version of you right now. When I talk about embodying your next level luxury lifestyle, your next level self, you've got to embody all of her. Oftentimes, you are the one in your life who is doing the work. You might be the most spiritual of your friend group. You might be the only one in your family doing mindset work. You're the only positive person at your 9 to 5. Like, you are that one. But because you are that one, you let it dim you down. You find it challenging to be the full version of yourself because you feel so different. And that's super uncomfortable a lot of times. I've been there. But when you feel uncomfortable being all of you, then you can never fully embody this reinvention cycle. And that's why you feel like your rinse are repeating and you're starting over and you're starting over and you're starting over. And why haven't we gotten there? You feel like, okay, I've manifested this and I've manifested that and this is amazing and it's working. Oh my gosh. And then it stalls out. Oh my God, the money's coming in. And then it kind of slows down. I'm doing all the things, I'm having the best morning routines, and then you're still doubting yourself. Like, it's not fully clicking. And a lot of times it's because of your environment, the people you're around, your environment. But I'm going to tell you something, and it might sting a little. All of that is just external validation. And you don't need anyone's validation but yourself. And in fact, the next level version of you doesn't need any validation, period. She doesn't need any validation. She just makes a decision and she goes and she does the things. She decides she's going to get something and she goes and she gets it. Because that's who she is and that's who you are. That's the version of you that's like literally like begging to come out. That's the version of you that's like, please, I'm knocking your door down. Let me out of this dungeon, okay? That's who's wanting to be born. Maya is here. Hi, beautiful Maya. All right, so let me just adjust my hair. You guys, it looks like I'm getting a rash, but like it's only on camera. How strange. So the issue you are running into is that we're not completing any of the cycles that we are in. You notice the lessons. You notice where you need to grow. You see the things that need to change, even within yourself. Old things that you believed, old things that you did. I want you look great. Thank you, Sammy. I want you to ask yourself, what am I doing right now in my life just because I have always done this? What am I doing in my life because I've always done it? What am I doing in my relationships because that's just always what we've done? What am I doing in my business because that's just always how I've been running things? The next level version of you is going to want to release some of those things. But you're not taking a look at that. Again, you see where the reinvention needs to happen. You see where the dissonance is between where you are now and where you want to go. You know certain things got to go. You know certain things are no longer the fucking vibe for you. You know some things you're like, I loved it at one point and I don't now. And that's okay. There's no shame. There doesn't need to be any mental drama or mental gymnastics. It can just be a letting it go and stepping into the new version of yourself. I often talk about with the up level cycle, it's kind of like a pyramid. At the bottom, we've got a lot of shit going on. But as you go up the pyramid, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller, which means the shit at the bottom had to go. At the bottom, you've got your trauma, you've got your old beliefs, you've got the shitty ex-boyfriend, you've got the failed project, you've got all this weight on your shoulders. As you go up, you got to release that. That no longer serves me. Fuck that guy. This isn't working for me anymore. Release, release, release. And you start to up level. But it only up levels once you let go of that. One thing I see a lot when it comes to your personal development journey is that you start to do the work on the trauma, on the past experiences you had, on the childhood trauma, but you never let go of it. You never let go of it. You tell yourself that you still feel like a burden. You still feel like an inconvenience. You still feel abandoned all the time. Like you haven't let it go. You've looked at it and you've journaled on it, but you haven't let it go. Or else that wouldn't be coming up in your real life, in your day-to-day life. We've got to complete the reinvention cycle. Like I was saying earlier, sometimes this is a bit of a challenge when you're the only one around you who is changing and evolving. Something I said in my broadcast channel voice notes is saying that I always look different. If you scroll through my Instagram, every video I look fucking different. Like it's insane. My friends literally joke about this. One of my best friends in California will comment on my Instagram stories and be like, you literally look completely different. Like, who is this person on your Instagram stories? There's a reason for that. It's because I'm always up leveling. I'm always changing. And so my face changes. My nose changes. Like everything changes. It's crazy because I'm completing the cycle and I'm becoming a new version of myself. And when you are completing the cycle, your cells are regenerating at the same time. Every 7 years, you have a completely new body. All new cells, all new organs. Michaela is the queen of metamorphosis. I am obsessed with that. Jude, I saw your DM. I'll get back to you. That's so funny. The queen of metamorphosis. I need to make that a podcast episode. I'm so happy you're here. My friends joke about this, but there's a reason why I always look different. It's because I complete the cycle. I also said this in the broadcast channel. There's a reason why I recorded a podcast episode in February talking about my amazing trip to the Ritz-Carlton in Turks and Caicos and how I was looking all over the internet to get the best deal for my hotel because it was like $2,500 a night. It was something so crazy, but it was my dream to stay at the Ritz-Carlton Turks and Caicos for my first trip. That was the dream. I had to stay on the first trip. Didn't matter what it was going to take, and I was going to make it happen. I just didn't want to pay that price. Versus today, I'm texting about a trip in the summer, and I'm just looking up the Ritz-Carlton with a full decision of if I go on this trip, this is where I'm staying. It doesn't matter if it's $2,500 a night. It doesn't matter if I can use Marriott points. It doesn't matter if it's an Expedia VIP. This is where I'm staying. This is my standard. And in fact, when I'm looking it up, I was like, I don't even want the normal room. There's a 1-bedroom suite available and it's more expensive and I want it anyways and I don't give a fuck. There's a reason why that change has happened and that podcast was only 6 fucking weeks ago. Is because I go through the full transformation. I finish the reinvention cycle. It takes a different level of vulnerability. It takes a different level of courage to go through this cycle publicly. And I don't mean publicly only in terms of my career. Though you guys do see the entire transformation of my life, which is so crazy. If you go back to my first podcast episodes, I am literally a completely different human being. So cool to see, right? So fun to watch it document. And even I will log on to Facebook and get all of the old memories and it's just so fun. But you are also going through your own transformations publicly. Because what I mean by publicly is in front of other people, in front of your coworkers, your partner, your family, your friends. People see this. And if you have the courage to finish the cycle of transformation, finish the cycle of reinvention, people will be watching and people will be seeing that. If you are courageous enough to actually change, people are going to be watching. Are you afraid of being seen in that way? Most people are afraid of being seen. And so they won't complete their transformation. They won't go there because it's pressure. It's vulnerable. It's a lot of things and it makes you want to just kind of hide away. Sometimes there's shame. I feel the publicly hard being a coach. Totally. Especially for Sammy being a fitness coach. People are always watching. They're like, well, they want to see your results. All eyes on Sammy. And it takes a next level person, a next level identity to say, I don't care who's watching. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there over and over and over again. What I want you guys to know is that the cycle is not completing. Your manifestations are yo-yoing because you're not finishing the reinvention cycle and you're not fully being a new version of yourself. You are making changes. I know you guys so well. You do the work, you do the homework, you shift your moods, you're listening to the podcast, you're taking action. I know you. I really do. And you're making those changes, but you're not making all of them. And you know that. And you know that. You know which ones I'm talking about. When I say you're not making all the changes you could be making, you already know what I'm talking about for you. I don't even need to give examples. You know. And that's the reason why it feels like you're just going in circles with these manifestations. That's why, fun fact, you're hitting the same limiting beliefs over and over and over again. Because you're literally going in circles. You're not up leveling, you're just starting over on the same level over and over and over again. Aren't you sick of it? You've got to have a moment where you're just over it. You've got to have a moment where you're done, where you do something differently. You've got to have a moment of courage to say, fuck this. Fuck this. I'm no longer doing this soft girl waiting around shit. Fuck that. I'm gonna go after it. Dogs chasing our tails. Why is that the perfect example? Why is that the perfect example? That's so funny. You have to have that moment with yourself where you're like, this has got to change. At the beginning of my spiritual journey, my mindset journey, I remember looking myself in the mirror and thinking something has to change and it has to start with me. There are so many manifestations that will pop into your life so easily. You have no idea. Oh, so easily if you just decided. If you decided and you decided to make the changes and you decided to give it your all. I'm going to ask you an honest question. Did you give today your all? Did you give today all of you? All of your power? All of your energy? Did you give your mindset shifts your all? Did you maybe have a shitty 5 minutes and you gave it your all and you bounced back? Or did you give some? Did you give some of you? You put an effort. I know you put an effort. Without a doubt, without a question, right? Did you give it your all? Originally I said yes, but then I was like, I could have added more. Answer, yes, still am. Yesterday, not at all. I love that shift, Sammy. It's okay to be down and out for a few moments and to wake up the next day and say, I'm giving it my all. And Mary, thanks for sharing that so honestly. I could have added more. I have days like that too. I'm like laying in bed thinking I could have gave more. And it doesn't always mean doing more. For the people in the corner, they're like, man, hustle, burnout. The fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. It doesn't mean doing more. It means, did you give today your all energetically? Did you fully show up? Did you give it your all? Today, no. Today was a reset day for me. We can even have a mindset shift there. You could give it your all on a reset day. Be all in on your reset. So maybe you did give it all today, but you gave it all to your reset. That's up to you to decide. When we give every day our all, your life changes. When you wake up and you say, I'm going to be all of this today. I'm going to be the next level. I'm going to be all of me today. I'm going to give it my all. I want to go to bed knowing that I did everything I could today. Love that shift. Whether that's at work, whether that's in your workouts, whether that's in your reset. If you're having a full day where you're recharging, maybe you're tired, you're exhausted, it's fine. Did you give your reset day your all? And you get to feel really good about that. And I want you to watch on a weekly basis how many days you get to tick off as I gave it my all. That compounds in the craziest way. When every day you give it your all as the next level version of you, completing the transformation, completing the reinvention. Because a lot of you are seeing where you need to reinvent things. You're seeing what needs to change, but you're making the safe changes. I want you to think about that. Are you only making the safe changes, or are you making all of the changes that you know need to be made? And that can be very confronting to think about. The thought of, are you giving it your all today? Did you give it your all today? And the thought of, am I only doing things that feel safe versus just doing it all? Doing it all, throwing your all into it. Because the reality is, if you want to go to the next level, you have to be a completely different person. And that used to scare me. You know, the saying that's like, your new life will cost you your old life. That used to really freak me out because I thought it meant that everybody and everything would get left behind, but it's not true. The only things that get left behind are the things that aren't serving you. And where we start to self-sabotage is that we are afraid to let go of the things that aren't serving us. There's so many reasons why this could be. We're so afraid to let go of some of those things because it's the perfect excuse. Or it's a person that's just always been around. Or it's a habit we've just always had. And if you let that go, you know it's going to work to go to the next level. Right now it's your safety blanket. Yeah. The things that are left behind are the limiting beliefs. Yeah. Limiting beliefs, the old versions of yourself, the old habits. When we are working on transforming into a different version of yourself, which you will always be in the process of doing, if you are truly seeking out your potential, that's what's most important to me. It's like always seeking out my highest potential. If you're on that journey where you're always transforming, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to give it your all every single day. You're going to have to make big changes, and you're going to have to do it publicly. Whether you work online or you make content online or not, you're doing it publicly. You're doing it in front of your friends. You're doing it in front of your family. You're doing it in front of your partner. You're doing it in front of yourself. You're doing it in front of everybody you know. Are you willing to do that? Because if you're not, then you're not willing to go to the next level. Then you don't really want it. There's going to be moments that it's scary. But would you rather be scared stepping into the next level, or would you rather stay stuck in the same old boring fucking limiting beliefs that you've been circling around? It gets old. You've got to choose, and you've got to fully commit, and you've got to give it your all. Okay? I'm obsessed with your podcast. Yay! Welcome, welcome. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do a masterclass next week. It's only $33, okay? And it's called Rebirth. This is going to be so next level. If you know that you need to start completing these transformation cycles, if you know that you're only making the safe changes, if you know that you've been chasing around the same limiting beliefs over and over and over again, then you need to come into Rebirth. I want you to comment below Rebirth, and you will get sent the link to join the masterclass. Rebirth is for the women who are done playing it small. If you're like, I'm so tired of playing it small. I'm so tired of running around the same limiting beliefs. I'm so over starting over all of the time. This is for the woman who's done the healing. You're like, you don't need more healing. You need a reset. You need to finish the cycle. You need to step into a full new identity, not just a safe identity, not just safe changes, a full goddamn transformation cracked wide open for everyone to see. And that's not something you're going to feel ready for. That's something you choose to step into. And that takes a brave person to step into. Okay? This is going to be a full identity shift. For my girlies in MMM method, you guys get this for free. So exciting. No more healing, just upgrading. Heard that from you. Exactly, Mary. Exactly. It's time for you to step into the life that you know you can have. And outside of the life, like the version of you that you're wanting to be. The version of you who's chasing her tail around the same limiting beliefs, starting over again and again and again, not jumping into her new problems, her new next level. Like, you're bored. You're bored. And we're going to change that. Because what happens when you're chasing your tail is you think that you're missing something, right? You think that you're missing a limiting belief or that there's something wrong or something you don't know. And that's not true. It's just your cycle is not complete. Your reinvention cycle. OMG, what? This is my lucky day. My favorite F word. Thanks, universe. You are very welcome. MM method girlies get all the things. Okay? If you are ready to start collapsing time around your manifestation so you don't feel like you're ping-ponging, then rebirth is for you. This is for you when you know this is your year. Like, this is a pop-off year for you. And you're tired of having these big goals and these gorgeous vision boards that just keep rolling over. I don't want that for you. It's spring. It's time for spring cleaning. It's time for you to wake up and give it your all every single day. And it's time for you to step into the version of yourself that you know is inside of you. You just haven't activated. We are going to activate that in this rebirth masterclass. Okay? So when you comment below rebirth, whether you are watching this live or watching the replay, comment below rebirth, and I will send you the link to your DMs. It's $33. And we'll be live next week teaching that masterclass, which is going to absolutely shift everything inside of you. I've recently been doing this for myself, which is why I wanted to teach this masterclass. There are things that no longer align with you. There's old things you might have talked about. Fuck, there's things I have literally posted about that I'm like, I don't agree with that anymore. And that's the part of growth that oftentimes we are afraid of. You changing in front of your family, right? Like, you are transforming in front of their eyes and they're like, who even are you? Like, you used to like write all this stuff off. Like, you never used to be this way. Choosing to step into that because you want to, because you are a new version of yourself, takes bravery. It takes rebirthing yourself. And that's what I'm going to walk you through in the rebirth masterclass. Okay? So comment below rebirth. The link will be sent to your DMs. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be spring cleaning for your mind. And I want you from this live to think about a couple of things. The reason why you keep having to start over and you feel exhausted starting over and over again is because you haven't completed the reinvention cycle. That needs to happen. Okay? First and foremost, that needs to happen. Rebirth, yay. The other thing I want you to take note of is, what are you doing in your life, in your friendships, in your relationship, in your business, with yourself? What have you been doing only because that's what you have always done? What are the things that you keep stringing along because it's just what you're used to? It's a habit. It's what you've always done. And out of those things, what have you outgrown? If you've been doing something for years and years and years, chances are you've outgrown it or it has transformed. Have you transformed it though? It really wants to. Could be things that you used to love that now you don't really vibe with, and that's okay. Are you giving yourself that permission to reinvent yourself? So I want you to think about that. And I want you to comment below, or you can DM me after this, Rebirth, and join the Rebirth Masterclass for only $33. It's going to be next week, and it's going to blow your mind. It's going to be amazing, okay? Now, the very last thing that I want to say before we hop off, keep hiding my new self from the world. Yeah, that's what so many people do, is you're at home and you're doing all of these amazing things. Like, it makes me you're doing so much. You're doing so much inner work. You're embodying new versions of yourself. You're showing up differently. Like, you're really doing the damn thing, but then you're not letting anybody else experience this new version of you. People would love to experience the new version of you, but we rob them of the opportunity to do that. And it's so heartbreaking. Like, that version of ourselves deserves to be seen. Okay? Now, the last thing I want to say on this live is, if you have ever thought about working with me one-on-one, if you've ever thought, like, I need MJ in my back pocket, I need a kick in the ass, I want to take things to the next level, I'm ready to have high-level conversations, then I want you to DM me after this one-to-one. And I'll share with you the exclusive packages that I've got going on. We've got packages anything from 1 month of coaching up to 6 months of coaching together. If you've done one-on-one with me before, you know it's next level. Whether it's one call or just chat access, like, we really take shit to the next level, okay? So if you're ready to lock the fuck in before summer and take things to the next level, message me one-on-one and we can talk about what those packages are going to look like and what would be the best fit for you, including one-on-one VIP weekends as well, okay? I want you to use this live as a wake-up call, that it's time for you to complete the transformation. It's time for you to fully step into your rebirth. It's time for you to step up to the plate if you've been waiting to do one-on-one with me. It's time to go all in on your transformation. Like, no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to do it for you. That's why I don't resonate with the soft girl thing anymore. Like, yeah, I get it, being in flow and being relaxed, but like, you can be the assassin of your life and tackling your goals. And it doesn't mean that you're not feminine. It doesn't mean you're not in flow. It means that you want it, that you're obsessed, that you're in it. You want a part of the creation process. And that's what we're all about over here. Okay? With that being said, I wish you all the most lovely night, and I can't wait to see who snags the one-on-one spots.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.